Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio. And well, of course you know the news of the Indiana Jones 5 trailer coming out, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And what I have to now wonder is, just like the title suggests, are the rumors true with this movie? Now, in order to properly go into this video, I would have to assume that you have already seen the trailer, but all of you probably know what the problem with assuming something is, right? I'm potentially making an ass out of you and me. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the full Indiana Jones 5 trailer in this video for you right about now. Just in case if you haven't seen it, for those of you that have seen it, I apologize for retreading over old ground, but let's go ahead, let's watch the trailer, and then we'll come back and we'll get into the video proper.
I miss the desert. I miss the sea. I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Those days have come and gone.
Perhaps not.
I don't believe in magic. But a few times in my life, I've seen things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe. It's how hard you believe it.
Who is this man?
I'm her godfather.
Related.
Get back.
So the reason I'm making this video is because I remember a rumor from over a year ago that Indiana Jones 5 was going to be a time travel movie coming from the Daily Mail when some behind the scenes photos leaked online, and I'll put a couple of them up on the screen right now, where it shows Indiana Jones with a parachute on and Phoebe Waller-Bridge helping him. But there's also photos of Roman soldiers, and I didn't do a video on that revelation at the time because personally I'm not a fan of going into the rumor mill, because the problem is that if you're dealing with a bunch of rumors, you're dealing with a bunch of unverified sources, a bunch of shady sources like 4chan, and you run the risk of basically sounding like an idiot. And hell, for all I know, this video could absolutely age like milk, and it's going to be insanely funny looking back on this, a year or two from now going, my God, was I terribly wrong? But as of the recording of this video, I have no idea for this. But anyway, I came across this article. This is from Inverse, and that is a Indiana Jones 5 trailer hints at a wild time travel rumor. I'm going to skip over the first paragraph, but here it is. Could Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny be a time travel movie? It's a far-fetched theory, but the evidence is piling up. Let's start with the strongest evidence, the Dial of Destiny itself. We don't know what the artifact looks like or does, but its name merges two time-related concepts. Clocks can have dials, of course, and Destiny brings to mind the concept of fate and changing the past. Then there are the comments made by Mads Mikkelsen in Empire's first look at the movie. Mikkelsen said his Nazi villain Voller, I think the actual German pronunciation is Valar, is quote unquote a man who would like to correct some of the mistakes of the past. If the Dial of Destiny can correct mistakes, does that mean it can manipulate the very fabric of time? For more evidence, we have to do our own time traveling back to October of 2021 when set photos were published by the Daily Mail. They show Indy wearing a parachute with Phoebe Waller-Bridge as his goddaughter Helena next to him. That's typical Indy fare, but another picture included a group of Roman soldiers. Could Indy travel thousands of years into the past? The trailer also made waves because of the quote-unquote Raiders era Indiana appearing in certain shots. Many fans assumed many fans assumed these were simply flashbacks, but it's also possible we'll see the young Indy and older Indy on screen simultaneously. We'll get back to that a little later. Time travel may seem completely out of left field for Indiana Jones, but the franchise has always dabbled in magic and miracles. That was only Indiana Jones 4. We know you've probably tried to erase Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull from the mind. Now, personally, I don't think that Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was really all that bad. Temple of Doom was way worse. It was way more corny. Like everyone complains about Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but somehow these very same people had no problem when in Temple of Doom they jump out of an airplane into an inflatable raft, go down a snowy hill, fall down 3 cliffs, then go whitewater rafting. Yeah, that was all perfectly legitimate. But aliens in Indiana Jones, oh, that's way out of left field. But here we go. But the off-the-line forquel puts sci-fi in the spotlight with the plot focused on aliens. Time travel is arguably the next logical step. No, it's not. Time travel, 9 times out of 10, is the nuclear option. If you have to resort to time travel, it means you've ran out of ideas. And what's being billed as the last Indiana Jones adventure, a retrospective, whether through flashbacks or actual time travel, is more than warranted. As Indy himself says in the trailer, I don't believe in magic, but a few times in my life I've seen things I can't explain. I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe, it's how hard you believe it. Right? So now we have to start to wonder, are the actual rumors true? Because there are more Indiana Jones 5 rumors because again, as even some media outlets are confirming that, hey, this time travel theory that sounded way out of left field is now starting to look more and more legitimate. So let's actually go through the Indiana Jones 5 4chan rumors. Now, like I said, I don't typically report on rumors. However, since it looks like that the time travel stuff it looks like it's coming true, let's actually go through and see how much of it is coming true. But here we go. Indiana Jones 5 test screening claims via 4chan. I am pulling this from Cosmic Book News, who is obviously pulling this from the 4chan post. This 4chan post, I believe, yes, is dated November 15th of 2022. But let's go back. Here we go. Indiana Jones 5 has had test screenings, and I attended one. Not myself personally. I'm reading the 4chan rumors. The reason he's claiming it didn't is because basically everyone at my showing hated it. Marion appears toward the beginning of the movie and encourages Indy to come out of retirement for one last adventure. Mutt is mentioned but not seen in the scene. Sulla appears for one scene. You can see him wearing a fez on the right of the pic. Now, if we go back to the Indiana Jones 5 trailer that I just showed you at the beginning, we can already confirm that one of the rumors is at least true. And this one right here containing Sulla. Sulla appears for one scene. You can see him wearing a fez on the right of the pic. Sulla is at least in the trailer. Now to play devil's advocate, and this is why I don't like going into the rumor mill, but to play devil's advocate, Sulla can always be cut out of the movie, right? There was a news story broke almost a year ago at this point. It was within the last year that there were Ana de Armas fans that were suing the producers behind the movie Yesterday because she was featured in the trailer, but when the final movie came out, all of her scenes were cut, and they were suing Universal and the producers of Yesterday for false advertising because they advertised that Ana de Armas was going to be in the movie, but in the final cut of the movie, she was cut out. So for all we know, yes, Sulla right now appears in the trailer, but by the time the movie comes out, all of his scenes may be cut. So there we go. One of these rumors is already quasi-confirmed by the trailer, but like I said, by the time the movie comes out, he may be cut out of the movie entirely. Anyway, let's get back into these other 4chan rumors. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is playing Helena or Helena Brody, the granddaughter of Marcus Brody, and is quite possibly one of the most annoying characters put to screen. I wouldn't be surprised if she wrote her own lines. She constantly lectures Indy about his quote-unquote privilege. Here's another one. Harrison looks like he doesn't want to be there the entire movie. And if we come over here if we come over here, I'm pulling this article from geekculture.com, but they're pulling this from Empire. Headline is Harrison Ford found Indiana Jones 5 unnecessary, but remember, there always needs to be a positive spin, but is happy with the outcome. Here we go. Quote, I didn't feel it was necessary to do another one, he shared. I just thought it would be nice to see one where Indiana Jones was at the end of his journey, adding he was open to reprise the role again if a script came along that I felt gave me a way to extend the character. Right? So, again, you know, Harrison Ford looking like he doesn't want to be there, but he's also sharing sentiments of Indiana Jones 5 feels unnecessary. You could say that's another rumor that is quasi-true, but this one is more subjective, right? Right? Well, he looks like he doesn't want to be there. What's giving off that sign, right? You know how you interpret something could be different than how I interpret something. So again, quasi-confirmed, but not really at the same time. Anyway, Mads Mikkelsen is playing a younger version of Tote from the first film, and he does a decent job. Okay, again, completely subjective. Moving on. Antonio Banderas is probably the best part of the movie, and that's probably the only reason his character's death had any impact. He sacrifices himself to save Indy and Helena right before they get sent back in time. The main MacGuffin is a golden clock that's the key to an ancient time portal. A group of neo-Nazis is trying to track it down before Indy can. First they go to ancient Rome for a bit, but they go back through and end up in 1933. And there is a shot in the trailer that does give off the impression of a wormhole. It's only like maybe fractions of a second, but it is there in the trailer. I noticed it the first time I saw it. I didn't have to watch the trailer 10 times to pick that up. But, you know, the idea of first they go to ancient Rome, if the leaked photographs are to be revealed from the Daily Mail, where we see, you know, Indiana Jones on the parachute and then the group of Romans, and then the group of Roman soldiers, you could argue it's something that we've already known, but this 4chan rumor is quasi-backing it up. Again, there's no way to independently verify these, but here we go. A significant chunk of the movie is set in 1933, so that's even before Temple of Doom, because Temple of Doom took place in 1935. A significant chunk of the movie is set in 1933, and the main quote-unquote trio is old Indy, Helena, and younger Indy. And here we go. Here's the more damning rumor. In my screening, again, not me personally, the 4chan rumor, in my screening, the movie ends with young Indy sacrificing himself to save Helena, causing old Indy to fade away like Marty does in Back to the Future. Helena picks up his hat, and the movie ends with a montage of her an iconic Indiana Jones scene set to the John Williams score. The movie also had a Helena will return thing at the end, sort of like what Marvel movies do. Please, for the love of God, I hope that is not true. Because now you're talking about replacing Indiana Jones with, you know, quote unquote strong female lead. If you thought that the backlash to The Last Jedi was bad, the backlash against Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, if this turns out to be true, for all I know, this could turn out to be completely fucking false. But if this actually happens in the movie, where the movie ends with young Indy sacrificing himself to save Helena, causing old Indy to fade away like Marty does in Back to the Future, Helena picks up his hat, and the movie ends with a montage of her an iconic Indiana Jones scene set to the John Williams score, and then they also add the Helena will return, basically deleting Indiana Jones from existence. The Last Jedi backlash is going to be a peaceful walk in the park by comparison. But to be fair, but again, I have to play devil's advocate here, and that James Mangold did come out and obviously deny the rumors like everybody does, and I will read the whole Twitter thread. For you here. I'm pulling this from comicbook.com, but I did actually screen cap the tweets. If I remember, I'll put them up on screen, but here we go. Quote, "One more time, no one is quote-unquote taking over or replacing Indy or donning his hat, nor is he being erased through some contrivance, and he never was, not in any cut or script, but trolls will troll. That's how they get their clicks," Mangold replied to a user on Twitter. "And please don't exhaust me pointing out how once in a while a troll is right. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then. All one has to do is look at set photos and interviews, and you get enough info to make wild guesses about a movie plot." The filmmaker concluded, quote, "The difference between trolling a-holes and everyone else is they are trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture war politics. They push controversial guesses as coming from quote-unquote sources to gin up clicks. Let it go." Now James Mangold is actually not wrong when he says that that they are trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture war politics. However, if you go back and watch that trailer is full of member berries, in my opinion, right? Hey kids, remember Sulla? Oh, look, young Indiana Jones. Who remembers the younger version of Indiana Jones? Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
So again, I personally would not say this, but a lot of people can take his final point here with the difference between trolling a-holes and everyone else is they are trying to make money off your feelings about other films and culture war politics. A lot of people can chalk that up to James Mangold is effectively calling the pot the kettle, the pot calling the kettle black. You know, it's saying, you know, it's all same. And the reason why I'm wondering if these rumors are true is because I remember other times where there were some things that were so out of left field that started as internet rumors but were later confirmed to be true. And that's and this is going to be the last three talking points I'm going to go over. Let's go over the three that are in my mind. There might be some more that I'm not thinking of, but let me go over these three because these three are the ones I remember the most. The first internet rumor that later came to be true that I want to talk about is Benedict Cumberbatch playing Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness, right? And this rumor took off like flippin' wildfire to the point where both J.J. Abrams and Benedict Cumberbatch were coming out in the press saying, no, Benedict Cumberbatch is not playing Khan. Benedict Cumberbatch is not playing Khan. He's playing a brand new character named John Harrison. He is not playing Khan. This is not a remake of Wrath of Khan. So this internet rumor needs to die. It's all bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Well, then the movie came out, and then this one little scene happened where it basically confirmed the rumor to be true.
I looked up John Harrison. Until a year ago, he didn't exist.
John Harrison was a fiction created the moment I was awoken by your Admiral Marcus to help him advance his cause.
A smokescreen to conceal my true identity. My name is Khan.
So, yeah, Benedict Cumberbatch absolutely played Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness. Now, J.J. Abrams did come out in December of 2013 admitting that he did regret the move. He did regret trying to bury the lead of Benedict Cumberbatch playing Khan. However, damage was done. And the second internet rumor that later came out to be true was Rey was a Palpatine. This article from Cinema Blend. Wild Star Wars rumor links Rey and Palpatine. And I am an absolute idiot because here we go. Here it is. At any rate, word is that Kylo Ren is the one to tell Rey of her relationship to Emperor Palpatine. He's somehow alive and well, living in a subterranean cave that involves lava flowing around a thorny iron throne. Well, we do know that Emperor Palpatine did not have a lava floor surrounded by an iron throne. You know, he did have a throne, but it wasn't surrounded by lava. But wait, what happened in Episode 9 again with Rey's parentage?
Why did the Emperor come for me? Why did he want to kill a child? Tell me.
Because he saw what you would become. You don't just have power. You have his power. You're his granddaughter. You are a Palpatine.
So, that started as a wild internet rumor, yet turned out to be true, turned out to play the exact way that, hold on, sorry, I had a little bit of a cough, the exact way that this, that this fan, I think it's MakingStarWars.net, turns out the way he described it is exactly how it played out in the movie. And the third and final one I want to bring up is He-Man being killed off in the very first episode of Netflix's Masters of the Universe Revelation. I think it was Clownfish TV had broken that scoop. Kevin Smith came out, vehemently denied it, and constantly attacked Clownfish TV. But what exactly happened in that very first episode of Masters of the Universe Revelation?
I have the power!
Oh, so He-Man was killed off in the very first episode of Masters of the Universe Revelation. Again, another wild internet theory that was confirmed to be true. Again, there's probably other examples of wild internet theories that later came out to be true that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head. But yeah, circling back to the main topic of this video, I do have to wonder if these Indiana Jones 5 rumors, if more of them turn out to be true, because again, like this article from Inverse is pointing out, is that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny being a time travel movie, the evidence, while circumstantial at this moment in time, as of the recording of this video, while it is circumstantial, the evidence supporting that theory is really piling up. And truth be told, I honestly hope and pray to God that all of these rumors are dead frickin' wrong on 4chan, especially with the ending. I mean, the time travel stuff is already bad enough, but especially with the ending. The movie ends with young Indy sacrificing himself to save Helena, causing old Indy to fade away like Marty does in Back to the Future. Helena picks up his hat, and the movie ends with the montage of her in iconic Indiana Jones scenes set to the John Williams score. The movie also had a Helena will return thing at the end, sort of like what Marvel movies do. I swear to you, if that is the way that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny ends, Lucasfilm and Disney are fucking done. And if that rumor were to be true, and look, I highly doubt that anyone from Lucasfilm or Disney are watching this right now, change that fucking ending right now. And I'm saying that because, well, let's look at the state of Disney right now, right? Star Wars is is absolutely in the fucking toilet. After nearly a decade of bad releases, the one good release to come out of it, that Andor series on Disney Plus, had the lowest audience demand of any Star Wars show, according to Parrot Analytics. Again, I've already covered this on the channel, so I don't want to retread too much overall ground. But still, here's a show that apparently was actually a decent show. I don't know. I didn't waste my time watching the show because I fell into that camp of, well, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not going to watch Andor because Book of Boba Fett was absolute garbage. Obi-Wan Kenobi was badly written fan fiction. So now you have a situation where Star Wars is in the toilet. You now have legacy media outlets like Variety reporting that Phase 4 of the MCU served absolutely no point. But then again, have to make a positive spin but that's a good thing, right? So MCU Phase 4 had absolutely no point. Marvel is now starting to go in the shitter. All of these Disney live action remakes are not frickin' working. So you have now, if this is the way that they are truly going to end Indiana Jones 5, by basically killing him off, or not just killing him off, but doing it in a way that completely erases Indiana Jones and replaces him with the granddaughter of Marcus Brody, they're done. This is the final nail in Disney Lucasfilm's coffin. Right? Again, I hope that none of these come true, but you know what they say. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here because I know we've gone probably as long as we need to go. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you've been following me along, you know I'm terrible at ending these videos, so I will just see you guys next time.